how to run a ChatGPT like artificial intelligence client locally without the use of any internet and completely free. This is the video which will tell you. First of all, you require two things for this. One is an offline LLM model, which is a large language model which you need to download, and second is software to run it and query it to get your output. So both of these are available on this site called ollama.com, and this is a beautiful software and it is being used a lot these days on the internet, and it has many different models. So if you click on models here, these are the large language models. So Llama 3.3, 5.4, then Quen, Llama 3.2 Vision. So even if you want to see your images, what is there in your images, you want to study your images, there are vision models available as well. Vision models can understand text as well as images. Then Llama 3.2, 3.1, then for embedding, advanced embedding, you can use this embedding based model, Mistel, Gamma. So all these models are available, and all these models can be used with the help of this software called Ollama. So what you need to do is download the software Ollama, install it on your machine, then run it and download an LLM through that, and then you run your queries through it. So I will tell you step by step. So first step is you click on this link called download, and you choose, if you are on a Mac OS, you choose the Mac OS. If you are on Linux, you choose Linux. I'm on Windows, so I choose Windows. So after this, you click on download for Windows, and this will download a file. I have already downloaded and installed the file. Okay, so I am not downloading it. So you simply download, and it's a regular install. If you are on a Windows user, you know how to install a software. So you install that, and then you come here and you search for Ollama. Okay, and you will see this app. You just click on open app. You will not see anything on the screen. Remember, this runs in the background. This runs as a server in the background. So once you start it, you come here and you click on this icon, you will see this running. So whenever you want to exit this, you right click on it and you have this quit Ollama, or if you want to restart to update, you can do that. So this is a quit Ollama and your Ollama is gone. I am starting again. So I'm clicking again, and now you have your Ollama running. So now you have downloaded, installed and running Ollama in the background. So at this level, it is only the software which is installed. Now what you do is you go to these models and see which model you want to run. Let's say, for example, you want to run model Llama 3.2. Okay, and on this drop down you can see various versions of it. Okay, the latest one 1 billion, 3 billion and different levels. But if you are doing it for the first time, I would suggest click on it and use the default one. This is a 3 billion model. If you want to use the 1 billion, you can just click on it and select it. See, the 1 billion model is 1.3 GB, 3 billion model is 2 GB. Normally in one model, higher the size, for example 3 billion will have more accuracy, slightly more accuracy. It's like in between 98, 99 and 100% kind of accuracy. So it's not that 1 billion would be like 50% accuracy and 3 billion would be like 100%. It would be like 1 billion would be 99% accurate and 3 billion would be 99.5% accurate. So slight difference in accuracy, but smaller ones will run faster on your machine because these models have to be kept in the memory. If you have a good GPU, it will be kept in your GPU memory. So smaller the size, faster it is to load in memory and query. So let's say if you want to download this 3 billion one, which is the default one. So this is the command you run, Ollama run Llama 3.2. Okay, but I run this command, Ollama run Llama 3.2. So this is the command which I am running here. But when I am running it here, you see nothing is happening. It will just say send the message, I'll say hello, and this is printing the answer. But important thing is that I have already downloaded it and installed it. So I am exiting it by saying it /by. I'll talk about these commands right now. So what we can do is we can see what models, LLM models I have downloaded and installed. For that you can run this command called Ollama list. So this is telling me that I have 4 models downloaded and installed, and one of them is Llama 3.2. So I have Llama 3.2, I have Quen 2.5 coder, which is a 14 billion model. I have Quen 2.5 coder, which is a smaller model. So you can see this is a 4.7 GB, this is 9 GB. Llama 3.2 is a smaller model. If you want Llama 1 billion, let's say, that would even be smaller. So that would be the command. So what I do is I copy this command. So it's Ollama run Llama 3.2 colon 1 billion. So Ollama run Llama 3.2 1 billion model. So if I give this command, so this is what will happen when you give the command for the first time in your case if you have not used it before. So let's give the command. So this will download. So now you can see this is a 1.3 GB file and this is downloading the file. I don't want to use this, so I am not downloading it. I stop the process. But in your case, whichever model you download, it will take some time to download the file like this, and then it will install. Now you can do the list. You can find out what other commands are available to you. Okay. And if you want to see some information about a model, you can use the command show. So I can say Ollama show Llama 3.2. So it will show me that this is based on a Llama architecture. This is a 3.2 billion parameters model, and it has a context length of 128 kilobytes. This is not 131 kilobyte, this is 128 kilobyte, and embedding length can be 3 kilobytes. And this is a Q4 quantized model. So this is a larger model, but quantized to, I mean, there are quantization to 8, Q8, Q4, Q2. So making it smaller, which reduces its efficiency slightly, but the model becomes smaller. So this is a Q4 quantized model. You can see the parameters and you can see what kind of licensing is available for that. Okay. Now there is a few commands which are not available here. For example, I want to run Ollama run Llama 3.2, okay, and I say it verbose. This verbose makes it print some statistics at the end of every query. Tell me a long story. Okay, so this is printing a story, and at the end of it, okay, long is actually going long. Okay, so at the end of it, it is showing me that it has taken 9 seconds to create this story, and 11 millisecond is the loading time initially. So what happens is, we go here, this whole model is loaded in the GPU memory, and this peak you are seeing, this is the time of inference, means when it was printing this story. So if I give this same thing again, you can see here that now this is peaking again. This is already into the GPU memory, and this is the inference. No load on CPU, no additional load on memory. Okay, and the evaluation rate is 127 tokens per second. One token is roughly, you can assume that one word or maybe 2 words is one token. So around 127 tokens per second. This is pretty fast speed. If you go for some, let's say I go for smaller or bigger model. Okay, 5.4 is a bigger model, you can see. So if I load this, you will see that it takes some time to load, and we will also see the memory uses in that. So let me load that. Ollama run 5.4. So here you will see that the previous model was removed from the memory, so there was a drop in memory, and then this new model, which is a bigger model. So here you can see that this was a 2 GB model, this is a 9 GB model. So the bigger model is loaded in the memory. Okay, but here not much change because we have not given any query to it. Now if we give it a query, tell me a long story. Okay, and we come back here, and you can see no change here because this is whole 9 GB is loaded in the memory, and here this is going, but the speed of this is slower than the other model because the other model was quick to query. Okay, we forgot to give the verbose command. Oops, by, we want it to be verbose, so we want tell me a story. Okay, in the previous one it was 127 tokens per second. Let's see how much this is producing. I'm sure this would be much lesser than that because this is a bigger model. So you can see that here it is producing only 53 tokens per second. 53 tokens per second is also pretty good, but it is much lesser than the other model. But this model being 9 billion would be better in its results but slower. The other would be faster in result but might not be as good as this one. This is how you can use a local LLM model without any need of internet to do all your ChatGPT like queries from your machine itself. This works on your CPU, but if you are working on a CPU, you need to have a good amount of RAM, and it might produce the results very slowly, but that should work. If you have a good GPU, in my case I have 3080 Ti, which is now 2 generation old GPU, but it still works very well on this. So this is it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.